Hey, welcome back to day 49, 50 or something of Project Me. I'm not quite sure what it is. It's been well over a month since the last video, and not necessarily by choice, I should say. I'm living in France now, working, only for the next, month and a half. Oh god, time flies. It's been a wild ride, if I'm being honest. It's been absolutely crazy. Net positive, which is just fantastic. We love that. But there's, been a few bumps along the way, because how could there not be? Life is never that simple. But I thought I'd post something, a long overdue video. So here we are. I should first mention that the reason I haven't posted videos, and I do miss posting these videos to just talk, is the walls are not soundproof, and it is very rare that I am alone in the apartment. So, there you go. Hopefully that covers it. This is the first time in quite a while. And there were a few times in the evening, but there's no light, and I've got terrible lighting here. So I thought I might as well make the most of my opportunity today to talk. So here we are. Where to start? I arrived a month ago, exactly. Pretty much. I am living in a homestay, so with a mother and a daughter, which is just absolutely wonderful. I am so lucky to have found this particular family to stay with, because they have been just fantastic. They're great, but they're both great people. It's a mother and a daughter, and no regrets. They are just fantastic. So, and I hope they think the same of me. I've tried to make myself as useful as I can be. So, for example, yesterday night, we had a family Christmas dinner. So they invited the other two sisters and one of their partners over for dinner. So it was the six of us. Was it six? Yes, it was. And we just had a little Christmas dinner. A French Christmas dinner, which I thought was lovely. I made myself... No, I didn't make myself. I made them a chocolate mousse. So they had that. And this morning I spent the morning cleaning up the table and things like that. So, just trying to make myself as useful as I can be. It's a bit of a thank you. And of course I'm paying rent as well. So, because of course, you got to do it. People got to earn a living. But yes, I'm working now. See, I'm working at the embassy here, which is very, very fun for me. Not so much for the French, because the French are having a bit of a political crisis at the moment. Hopefully resolved as of yesterday. Hopefully. We'll see. Time will tell. But there's nothing quite like a domestic political crisis to really develop your expertise and understanding of the way politics works in a certain country. So while I had a basic understanding of how French government and politics worked before coming here, with the political crisis, well, let's just say I've got a much better understanding now. So I'm very sorry I would like to extend my deepest apologies to the French people for falling and tripping so that I can walk. It's very sad, but very kind of you. Sorry. But no, it's been very fast paced at work because of the crisis. Writing reports on what's going on and sending it back to the capital in New Zealand. But no, very, very interesting stuff. Very, very fun to read news articles all day. I do actually enjoy it, believe me. It can be a little bit boring sometimes, especially when you're waiting days and days for one specific thing to happen. And so the entire day you're reading news articles about what might happen, and then you finally end up getting to what is supposed to happen, and then they delay it some more. So it's a little bit frustrating, a little bit boring sometimes, because it means there's not too much to do in between certain periods. But by and large, it's very, very interesting, and I'm really enjoying it, which is great, which is really good. What else can I share? Thankfully, I had the privilege of learning French when I was growing up, so I've already got a very good basic understanding. Not basic. I'll flatter myself to say I've got a much better understanding of French than basic. I'm learning the slang now. The daughter is 19, so I'm learning la langue de jeunesse. Donc the language of the young, the youth, the slang. So learning that, which is good, slowly. Very interesting stuff. Of course, reading articles in French, nothing quite like it to improve your reading comprehension, and the language in the apartment here is French. So I'm speaking French with the family, which is even better as well. So it's almost full immersion, except for the fact that I'm working in an English office, given it's the embassy. So I'm speaking English there and French everywhere else, which is good. I did get hit with culture shock when I got here. I mean, culture shock rears its head in so many different shapes and forms for everyone. So, you don't usually get culture shock when you come to a new country. I mean, maybe a little bit with the language barrier, if there is a language barrier. But just because you don't actually have the opportunity to settle down and sort of get it through your head that you're living here now. It's not quite like that as a tourist. But, for me, it hit me it's very funny in retrospect. It hit me in the supermarket. Yeah. The paralysis of choice just completely overwhelmed me. I mean, there can be a few big supermarkets back home in New Zealand, if I can call that home. Not sure. Anyways, but there's nothing quite like the big supermarkets that you'd see in the US, for example. But then in France, it's somewhere in between. It's not huge, but it's certainly much bigger than in New Zealand. And because of that, when I'm walking in, there's three whole aisles dedicated to wine, and then even more aisles dedicated to cheese and air-cured meats and things like that. It's just absolutely crazy to me, and I'm quite proud of my response to this, because I went in and I started feeling completely overwhelmed. I'd arrived the day before and I needed to buy myself some food, but I went in and I told myself, okay, you're feeling completely overwhelmed. That's valid. It's completely understandable. But what you are going to do is you're going to walk around the entire store, and you're going to get familiar with it. You're going to get the lay of the land. Okay, it's going to be tough, but you're going to soldier it out. Just walk through. You don't have to buy anything, and you'll come back tomorrow or another day when you're ready. And so I did that. I spent half an hour walking around the store, just looking, and then I went home. And the next day when I came back, it was a much more triumphant excursion, because now that I was sort of familiar with it, it was much easier to process. I didn't feel as overwhelmed. I actually bought things that day, so it was very good. I'm very proud of how I react to that feeling overwhelmed, which is good. Yeah. What else can I share? What else is new? Work is fast paced. Home life here is good. They are going to bed. My bedtime back in New Zealand was 10:30, 11. But here it's 12 to 1, if I'm lucky. And of course I wake up at 7:30 to go to work. It's no, it's absolutely crazy. They go to bed so late here. And they eat so late as well, which I cannot even fathom. I come home from work at 6 and I start making dinner immediately. Sometimes they'll eat dinner at midnight. It's so crazy to me. So I'm getting less sleep, which does leave me the consequence of feeling tired all the time. But that's okay. It won't be every day that I'm in Paris, so gotta make the most of it. Gotta be awake as much as I can. I'm trying to get out on the weekends and seeing all the things I need to see. Thankfully, this isn't my first time here, so I can skip some things. But even so, there's still so much, and because I'm not a tourist here, it's a little bit harder to force yourself out and go, if that makes sense, because now that I'm working as well, I only have the weekends. And because I'm living here, on the weekends I also have to do errands and chores and things like that, which takes up time and leaves me less time overall. And the other thing that I'd like to talk about is the fact that I think that, the worthwhile memories are always memories that are shared with other people, right? The good days are always shared. And because I'm so far away from home, there's not that many people here I know that can do things with me. I've been very lucky to have, 3 or 4 people come into Paris to visit me because, we're friends and they'd like to see me and I'd like to see them. Very lucky for that. And I'll go out and see a few more people as well while I'm here in different cities and everything. So it's been really good to see some people I wouldn't otherwise see. But, I just want to go out and explore the city with someone. And the homestay daughter, my homestay sister, she's nearly my age and she's also very keen. But she's got a very packed schedule, so it's very hard to find time to do it with her. And that's okay. One of my colleagues has a daughter who goes to the same university I do back in New Zealand, and she's here visiting for Christmas. So tomorrow we'll probably go out to, a flea market or check out some sites. I'm not sure what we'll do yet, but which is good because it means that I'm able to spend some time with someone from back home as well and get to see things with her. So that will be good because, more than anything else, I just want to share memories. It's one thing to do things by yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. I quite enjoy being by myself, but it's not even a matter of loneliness. It's the fact that I just genuinely think that your best memories, my best memories, are always with other people. They just feel less empty when there's someone else with you. Yeah, but excited for that. So that would be really good. Is there anything else to share? Loving the bakeries. Of course, you don't really get bakeries in New Zealand. You get a few, but it's generally more mass-produced stuff. It's really hard to find a nice artisan bakery. So I'm trying to eat as many carbs as I can while I'm here. God, just trying to make the most of it. This is I'm so humbled to be in the position I'm in, to work in a foreign country entirely across the world from where I live, and speak a language that I've loved for years, being around a culture that I've loved for years, and to work in a role that I consider quite prestigious because it's something I've always wanted to do. So in a way, I'm getting like a trial version of my dream, which is good and bad, You get a taste of it, but it'll be taken away, which makes it sweeter in a way as well, right? So pros and cons, but really interesting. No, should go. Just thought I'd check out this video, and because again, I miss making these videos. I miss so many things about Wellington. I miss going to the gym every day. I didn't think that'd be something I missed, but I do. It's just very hard here because there's always so much to do, and it costs money as well. So, but hey, it's expensive living here, so I've got to make the most of the money I've got. I'll come back very poor, but that's okay. It's about the experience more than anything else. So yeah, wishing you all the very best. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day, night, evening, morning, brunch, afternoon tea, dessert, whatever it might be. Just wishing you all the best. So cheers, guys.